Hi, welcome to the introduction for course number 104, titled A House Birthed Through Prayer. The purpose of our ministry is to help existing LCMS congregations plant new worshiping communities. We do this through the development of house church planters who work under the supervision of the regularly called and ordained LCMS pastors serving those congregations. The training that we offer to make this happen is divided into two areas. The first is prayer, and the second one is planting. And if you look at the home page of our website, you'll see, in fact, that's exactly how our home page of our website is divided. On the left side, we have the information about the 4 congregational prayer ministry courses that we offer. And on the right-hand side, you'll find the information about the 6 courses that we offer to certify and train house church planters for planting house churches. It is each congregation's choice, it's each pastor's choice how much of this training they want. You can take one, you can take both, you can take either, you can take all. It's up to you. It's your choice. Our approach to training is built around training the pastors who are called to these local congregations to be supervisors and overseers of the house church planters who are trained. We do this because it does a couple of things just really nicely and really well. It multiplies the pastor in a way really that's similar to how Jesus multiplied himself through his disciples. It trains and it develops our pastors to be supervisors and overseers in the ministry. And that's just a great development in the ministry. This approach leverages the pastor's education and experience, and it also has the added benefit of identifying possible future church workers. And that's kind of a great thing for the church body at large. We use a team approach to our ministry and training. The pastors go through the training with the house church planters, and this does a couple more great things. It provides live training. It's on site, and best of all, it's ongoing. It's not provided by the training's not provided by somebody who comes in and leaves and you never hear from them again. The training's ongoing because it's built out of the relationship that the house church planter has right there with their own pastor. And so that's pretty cool. The result of this is that we have locally owned mission and ministry plans that are ready to go. And we believe that the best thing we can do in training is to provide the right questions because as opposed to trying to give you the right answers, because really there are no cookie cutter approaches that work in every situation. The research tells us that 65% of our church members choose not to come to church on a typical Sunday. The research tells us that 70% of Christians in the general population in America do the same thing. They choose not to come to worship in church on a typical Sunday. But yet the research also tells us that 75% of those Christians who chose not to come to worship in a church on Sunday morning will watch at least 2 hours of religious broadcasting in a week. And so we know that there's a tremendous spiritual interest that's out there among disaffected Christians, not to mention those whom we have not yet connected with the saving message, the saving gospel of Jesus Christ, his death and his resurrection. And so the question becomes, how do we do something different to create new worshiping communities? Jesus said, "My Father's house will be called a house of prayer for all nations." And I want to focus on just the last part of that. For all nations. Jesus' vision of his Father's house is that it would not just be for the Jewish people, that it would be for all nations. And so that is why course number 104 is titled A House That Is Birthed Through Prayer. Because ultimately, prayer leads to planting. It's God's will for the world to know that salvation is a gift from Jesus. Through prayer, we connect with the souls in our community. And as this happens, the Holy Spirit then guides believers into gathering together for sacramental worship. Just like in Acts chapter 10 with Cornelius. It's a great story that just illustrates how this process can work. In this course, in course number 104, the question before you is twofold. So we have 2 right questions that we're going to focus on in course number 104. The first part of the question is this: will we keep Jesus in the sanctuary, or will we extend our worship beyond the walls of the church property line. And then the second part of the question, connected, how realistic and resourced is our plan and training process for planting new Word and Sacrament communities? Experience and learning has taught me that there are 15 questions for the supervising pastors that they need to answer before they jump into planting a house church. And there's also an additional 15 questions for the house church planters to answer and agree on before going forward with building a house church. In this training, you'll also learn what a prayer quake is and see if God is leading you to bring a team to New Jersey to experience this also. We're going to help you create a simplified mission and ministry plan for this level of congregational prayer ministry in your congregation. We're going to provide you with tested and proven resources, strategies, and techniques to help your team maximize your efforts. You're going to receive resources that will help you communicate your congregational prayer ministry to your church, to your community, and you're going to get plugged into congregational ministry support with me and with our national network. And I just always like to encourage people, we have this brand new website. We love sharing what God's doing. And so as you see God at work in your ministry and you think there's something that people would like to know about, please email that in to us, and love to share your story with others. You may very well be a blessing or an inspiration to others. Pray God's richest blessings on your efforts, and this has been the introduction to course number 104 in Congregational Prayer Ministry, a house birthed through prayer. God's blessings.